Hello again, you husky hunks. You join me out here in my back garden, in amongst all the drying, washing, with a little bit of sunshine, talking about things that we have, passions that we have. And for me, one of my passions, of course, is motorbikes. I've been a biker for a number of years, on and off, depending on affordability and depending on bikes being in pieces and not being built and blah, 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 justifying the cost of motorbikes to my good lady partner. We, of course, had a new home to pay for when we got married, and then we had a child, of course, that got bigger and bigger, more expensive, of course, and then we argued because I wanted to get a new motorbike because the old motorbike was broken and in bits and needed rebuilt, and my wife wanted a new baby, so we compromised and we had a new baby. And that went well. 2 kids now, of course, and then a bigger home. So that meant a move then to a bigger place, more mortgage being paid, less money to expend. Again, couldn't get a motorbike. So then, of course, I was made redundant from my previous job. Little pat on the butt. Here's a wedge of cash. See you later. We are downsizing. So that was fine. Then moved on to new ventures and new employment, which was great. Still couldn't get a motorbike. Then found an old BMW R1150 RT that was in dire need of some work. The gentleman who was selling the bike had said the usual, oh, don't worry, it won't need much for the MOT. It hasn't got an MOT, hasn't run for over a year, but it'll need very little work then to get it back on the road and to get yourself being a biker again. Well, turns out that was a lie. The bike actually needed a lot of work, and luckily, well, I say luckily, I tried doing a lot of work myself. Turns out I am somewhat incompetent when it comes to bike mechanicery. Who knew? Turns out these big inbred hands are not the quite same or right style or size to deal with intricate machinery. So I had to call in my good friend Butch. Butch, who is a fantastic mechanic, came along and offered his services. We pulled the bike apart. We found horrible gunky goo in the fuel tank. It needed fuel filters, it needed oil filters, it needed this and that, it needed bits and pieces. But eventually, through a lot of hard work, Butch put in a fair bit of graft and we got the bike back on the road. Got it MOT'd and I was back biking again. And that was a year ago when I bought this bad boy. Wonderful machine. So I bought this bike about a year ago. In fact, I had his MOT there just last week, passed with flying colours. The thing is reliable, but it's old. It's held together with duct tape and cable ties and good faith, but it runs. It's a really good bike, for commuting wise, going out for nice drives in the summertime. Really, really good bike. Don't need any more motorbikes. And then I ended up buying this. This is also a good motorbike, but completely unnecessary. Very loud. It wakes up the neighbours at 6 in the morning. Has no fuel gauge as such, no rear wing mirrors. The seat is the most uncomfortable seat in the world. There's a little ledge at the back here that drives into your buttocks, right into your coccyx. And whenever you accelerate, obviously it tries to insert itself deep into your lower abdomen. Uncomfortable, rumbly, jumpy, but a lot of fun. It's beautiful. So I bought the new bike. That's great. Look at this thing. It's just absolutely wonderful. Bought this new thing here. So you would think then there's no purpose in having 2 motorbikes. Surely you would think to yourself, well, Scott, you gloriously handsome brute of a man, you. Surely you'd sell the old bike. Get rid of that one. Well, that's what my wife thought too. And sadly then, I didn't. So now I have the dilemma that every man at some point has to go through when he has more than one motorbike. How do I justify to my wife that I need 2 motorbikes? I don't need 2 motorbikes. I've got 2 motorbikes. I've got the old one, the old BMW. I've now got the new Yamaha. What am I going to do with 2 motorbikes? She's unimpressed because now there's 2 motorbikes in the garage. The thing is full of engines and machinery and, no space for all the rubbish that she likes to jam in there on a repeated occasion. All the boxes that could go in a loft, but no, put it in the garage. It'll be safe. All the crap from the house in the garage out of the way. There's no space anymore because it's full of motorbike. I am not in the best books for this. So I need your opinions on what I can do. How do I fix this? Give me in the comments there some excuses I can use to justify keeping the 2 motorbikes. Oh, I'm going to anyway, but help me out here. On the next video, see you then.